Ryan Garcia continues to destroy his career. Unfortunately, Ryan Garcia continues to destroy his career in a way we've never seen before. I don't typically make videos on the same topic, but in the strange case of the Ryan Garcia story that is currently unfolding, it seems like I have to make a fourth video on the matter. We'll get into this deeper very soon, but recently Ryan Garcia went live and said some very questionable things, to say the least, that led him to being suspended from the WBC, which is already on top of Ryan Garcia's year suspension from the New York State Athletic Commission after he tested positive for the PED Ostarine. This is by far the weirdest, unpredictable story I've ever covered, especially considering Ryan won his fight with Devin Haney. We all thought this new, crazy behavior was manufactured to promote his fight with Devin Haney and would wear off as soon as he beat Devin decisively and prove he wasn't crazy. But Ryan, unfortunately, has continued his streak of insanity and continues his erratic behavior and posting on his social media, which is just pure chaos. So the question is, what happened? How did the new golden boy of boxing, who pulled off one of the most exciting upsets in recent memory, spin out of control post-victory and lose everything from his career to his sanity? Today, let's answer that question. Okay, let's just quickly recap the things that have happened that I've covered in past videos. Firstly, Ryan Garcia drastically changed his behavior and appearance in the build-up to his Devin Haney fight. For a long time, Ryan was the young, pretty boy with a well-tempered, Jesus-loving demeanor, but for some reason, in the lead-up to his fight with Devin Haney, the guy turned into a demon. His new voice was the first thing to be noticed, as it was deeper and raspier than usual.
How do you think they got the information? You got to pay. Who do you think told me that they paid?
His demeanor was quite different, as well as he was more angry and short-tempered at press conferences especially. His behavior on social media seemed manic and was constantly posting gibberish at some times. Ryan even came into the weigh-in 3 pounds overweight and seemingly downed a beer, showing he truly did not care. It seemed like he had lost his mind, but some theories floated that Ryan was just doing this to promote his fight with Devin Haney, and it really worked. It seemed like everyone tuned in to see if this insane version of Ryan could pull off a huge upset, and well, he did. He absolutely destroyed Devin Haney in that fight, and Ryan seemingly revealed that his behavior was in fact a farce and was used to sway the odds in Devin Haney's favor so that he can bet on himself and cash in $12 million. And at this point, I thought the story was going to be over. And boy, was I wrong. The story was far from over, and now we get into part 2 of this saga. A couple weeks later, it was reported that the drug test administered on the day before and the day of the fight would test positive for the PED Ostarine, which aids in fat loss and muscle building. Though the test was positive, it was still up to the New York State Athletic Commission to decide whether or not Ryan Garcia willingly took the PED. Ryan's defense was that he unwillingly took it through a contaminated bottle of ashwagandha, and also made a bold claim that the famous sports nutritionist Victor Conti, who was behind the Balco scandal, was behind Ryan's positive test since Conti was connected to Devin Haney and VADA. And initially, this is as far as I got on the Ryan Garcia story, and basically we would have to wait and see on the New York State Athletic Commission on what they would decide. And well, we have the decision now, and the decision did not go in Ryan's favor. The commission would ban Ryan Garcia for a year and also officially overturn his victory over Devin Haney to a no contest, meaning officially Ryan Garcia doesn't have that win over Devin Haney, and Devin Haney is technically undefeated. And rumors obviously coming from Ryan Garcia claim that Devin Haney requested that the DAZN highlights of his fight with Ryan be removed, which would have been hilarious if this was true, but since then DAZN has formally come out and denied that a request from Devin Haney like that ever happened. Anyways, Ryan would continue his erratic and insane behavior on social media, and it would culminate into one of the most shocking, very racist, drunken rants on Twitter Live that was the last thing I would expect to come out of Ryan. And of course I can't play the video here, but it was no short of a COD lobby where teenagers are trying to be funny, but they just end up saying very racist things for shock value, and what he said was pretty bad. Shout out Aki TV, not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but shout out them for posting the entire clip online. I'm not too sure how long it will be up or on YouTube, but again, it's pretty bad. I felt like Matthew McConaughey in that one scene in True Detective where he has to watch the entire video because he has to investigate, and it's just so hard to watch. Some of the things he included was negative comments towards George Floyd, Muslims, black people, and made a wild claim about Michael B. Jordan. And let me tell you, he used the N-word a lot. Like, a lot. And it was mostly A's, like A's be doing this and A's be doing that, but then there's a couple FURs, if you catch my drift. And again, I've been saying this was pretty bad, but I'll reiterate and say this was really bad. And what added to the insanity was when someone joined his live and said Ryan would regret what he said. Ryan responded with,
Guess what? I will never be touched because I'm with God. I'm with Jesus.
And he even doubled down on Twitter as well. And of course, this 7-minute clip would be disastrous for Ryan Garcia. Almost immediately, the WBC, for the time being, permanently banned Ryan from competing under their authority for this insanely racist rant. Ryan has since apologized and said he was checking into rehab, and he's made a lot of tweets recently apologizing for his actions. But from what has transpired in such a short amount of time, it's insane how Ryan quickly spun out of control in real time. So of course the question is why? Why has Ryan Garcia turned into what he has become today? Probably the biggest factor to Ryan Garcia's downfall is his struggle with alcoholism. It was evident he had been struggling with alcohol and partying months before with his new demeanor, voice, and face, as his face was noticeably puffier and his voice was insanely raspy. And according to Ryan, he was partying damn near every night leading up to the Devin Haney fight, and with the alcohol probably puffing up Ryan, it probably makes sense that Ryan couldn't make weight even if he was on a shredding PED like Ostarine. And we don't know for sure, but his manic, usually erratic tweets could stem from his drinking alcohol every day. Recently, he's been posting some workouts and shirtless videos and easily back to 160, 170, and though most fighters balloon back up to their walk-around weight and then some after a fight, the bloat from Ryan could easily be stemming from alcohol as well. And finally, of course, Ryan was clearly sounding very drunk in his Twitter live and easily letting things pop off that he normally wouldn't have said if he was stone cold sober. I don't want to frame alcohol as an excuse for Ryan's recent behavior, but rather an explanation. It's clear in these last 5 months, Ryan has been struggling with alcohol, and I hope whatever rehab he's going through actually works, and that he does get the help he needs instead of using rehab as a get out of jail free card from the scrutiny of the public like other fighters. If you couple his alcoholism with his fame, fortune, and females that's always surrounding him at only the tender age of 25, that's a recipe for disaster. Look, I'm only 2 years younger than Ryan Garcia, so we're basically in the same age group, and the one thing I know is that we both don't know what we're doing in life. So when we add a lack of life experience and maturity on top of being the star of a sport, being very attractive, having a fuck ton of money, and all the women in the world, plus alcohol as well, his ego must be through the roof. And when he said he couldn't be touched, he probably genuinely thought that he couldn't be touched. And it sucks, because you can't lie. Ryan brought such an entertaining personality to boxing, and he really did sell that Haney fight. And after the Haney fight, boxing fans had a newfound interest to see Ryan compete at this larger weight class where he looked good, and he had a lot of potential opponents and exciting matchups we wanted to see, especially the one against Gervonta Davis with no rehydration clause. Now, I don't know. As much as I want to see Ryan the boxer in exciting fights, Ryan the person has a lot of catching up to do, and with the WBC banning him permanently for the time being, that would make it extremely hard for him to compete in professional boxing. So the question is Ryan Garcia's career over? Me personally, it's over for now, but I think within a year or two when the heat dies down, he's going to come back and fight in some capacity. I know right now, as things are really bad for Ryan, it does seem his career is over and has been destroyed. He's destroyed most of it, don't get me wrong, but we've seen other athletes, combat sports athletes, that have done pretty crazy, heinous things and have been convicted of crimes and still be able to compete because they're just too big of a draw and they make too many people too much money. So in the case of Ryan Garcia, it's not out of the question that when the heat dies down, he might be able to compete again. What do you guys think about the Ryan Garcia situation? Obviously, we were not expecting this type of situation to unfold, but here we are. What do you guys think of Ryan? Is he going to ever compete again? Has he destroyed his career? Is he going to get the help that he needs? I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. And again, thank you guys for watching and supporting. Peace.